Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Friday edition of the Auburn Blitz. Brett and Randy here with you for the next hour, and we're glad that you are joining us wherever it is that you're tuning us in. Our program brought to you every day by Russell Do It Center and Building Supply Stores, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation, and Sense of Green for air that's cool and clean. I can't get this right. See, I screw it up every time.
You can't say cool and clean.
You gonna say it 5 times real fast?
Well, I'm not trying to say it 5 times, but I think
cool and clean. Call Sense of
once.
Green. All right, we got Wade coming on here in a minute, so I'm just gonna let him do it. Anyway, glad to have Sense of Green part of our corporate partners now, and you know, they bring Wade to us every Friday, and Wade's in the studio sometimes with us, and he is on phone most of the time. So looking forward to talking to Wade. We will have Paula Kearse with us a little bit later on. We're going to be on location next Friday. Really cool event in Pensacola, Alabama. Ray Scott's home, the founder of Bass. A lot of U.S. presidents have fished those lakes. The Auburn and Alabama bass teams will be fishing against one another in a charity tournament to help children. So it's going to be fun. We've been invited to come and do our show there, and we're going to oblige. It's going to be a lot of fun down there. And, of course, we have Jason Caldwell on. From Auburn Undercover today, Auburn back in action tomorrow on the football field. Randy, in some real talk here today as we dive into football here in just a minute about Auburn on these next 6 games, and really the next 2 games will kind of set the tone for how the year finishes, and we'll get into that in just a minute. We had tip-off for Toomers last night, and just a huge crowd showed up, and got to see a little bit of our incoming for Auburn, and Auburn will tip off here in a few weeks to get the season started, so we'll talk about that. So we have a ton to get here to today on the program, and it's a lot of excitement around this basketball program. We had media days this past week, and you heard Bruce Pearl talk about, you know, a lot of different things and talk about the state of basketball here in Alabama. So just a lot to cover. Good to see you here on a Friday. We got a high school football game that we'll be going to a little bit later on. So everything coming down to terms in high school, just a lot going on this time.
Well, let's start with basketball, though. You know, I got a little grief a couple of weeks ago going into the Auburn game that I had my Auburn basketball T-shirt on instead of a football shirt on going into the Auburn football game. And I said, man, I've almost turned the page. I'm so glad that we've got something coming up that I can look forward to, because I'm not saying I'm not going to watch Auburn the rest of the year. I'm not going to the level you do at times, Brett.
Yeah, right.
Because there's been many times where you have gone on ahead and drawn the line in the sand and said, I'm not watching that anymore, and I'm not keeping up. But back to Auburn basketball, man. You know, a few years back we said, what a great idea. Tip off at Toomers, put the hardwood down, see if you can get a good crowd out there in downtown Auburn. And not only that, Brett, I mean, it is multiple years, you know, back to back, and it seems to get easier and easier, and there's more and more people that show up, and a bigger atmosphere, and Cole Swindell there last night, and so that was a lot of fun, I'm sure, for the student body and for those that came out to support. What a breath of fresh air Bruce Pearl is. I cannot say enough good things about Bruce Pearl and our basketball program. I know there's high expectations, but at certain points you've just got to pinch yourself a little bit and go back and think the majority of our lives outside of that run in the middle 80s, which was a good run.
No, it was
good. It was a great run. And look, I'm an 80s kid.
But me and you were young.
Well, we were 80s kid, though, but I remember 85 to 88 like it was yesterday.
Sure.
I remember the 85. I remember, you know, I know I was only 8 or 9 years old, but me and you were obsessed 8 or 9-year-old basketball fans and basketball players at the time.
Those are our years to cling to.
So I really remember, and I know how good we were during that stretch. And then you and I were in school during the one little brief stretch.
I mean, that was about as fun a year in '99 as you could ask for.
But now if we missed the NCAA tournament, it'd just be a catastrophe. You know, and what an amazing job Bruce Pearl has done. But it takes events, though, and then I'll kick it back to you. It takes events like this to get the Kellys of the world to commit to you when maybe you're not giving quite as much as some others are offering.
That's right.
You know, if I come out and I play and it's packed every night that I go in that arena and it's rabid, and when there's an SEC game, it's rabid in that arena, man, I will buy into that a lot more than I will to a program that doesn't seem to really care about their basketball. And trust me, we used to be that program that was pointed to going, y'all just don't care about basketball. If you win, if you lose, we don't feel that way anymore, do we?
No, it's, you know, Coach Pearl talked about it in media days. You know, NIL's helped a lot with players, but you mentioned it. Maybe you can't give as much for certain players as others. You have to prioritize how you want to spend your NIL money. But he said it comes down to our guys want to be here. And he said, I genuinely feel that way. And he had a question asked of him, has the transfer portal and NIL changed the way you coach? He said, I'm 64 years old. He said, I'm not going to change the way I coach. And he said, I still would like to believe that kids want to be held accountable. Kids want to be coached and pushed and the best out of them. And Randy, we all want to be ultra rich in this country. We do. That's what everybody strives to be. You want to be, financially well off to be able to do things that you want to do. But money is not everything in the world. And, believe it or not out there, if somebody's comparable, and like you said, you go to a place where you feel like you're embraced and loved and you love where you are and the environment is electric, and somebody's going to pay you
fair money,
$150,000 more to go over here to Deadsville, I'm going to take a $150,000 cut to know that I'm going to be in a program where people care. I'm still getting a good amount of money to come and play, and I got a chance to compete. All that matters. And I think what he says is genuine. I mean, some people may say, oh, it's just a bunch of coach talk. I don't think so. And I don't think Bruce Pearl ever blow smoke up people's rear end. I think he says what he really believes. And I think he says, look, when guys get here, they want to be here. And so, yeah, we had to pay Janai Broome to stay. But there was a lot of Janai Broome that wanted to stay. And maybe you didn't have to pay him as much as you would have somebody else if you were in a program that was failing. So, yeah, there's a lot of that goes into it. But last night, electric at Toomer's Corner, Ja'Kai Howard got the biggest cheers. We've all seen the video now of him jumping over Albie and Bruce Pearl and him jumping over Janai Broome and two other teammates. I can't remember who they were. That guy can jump, man. That guy is a high-flying, electric, Chris Porter-type dunker. I don't know the way to say it now.
A longer version, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can just see the arm length and the wingspan that he has. It's not only that he's got great leaping ability, which, I think Chris Porter did, but Chris Porter was not
Chris Porter
the long length. He was he looked like a defensive end playing.
He really did.
Playing, small to power forward, whatever you wanted to list him as back then. Not Howard. Howard is just extremely long with great leaping ability. And, man, we add him and some of these others to the mix of a lot of elder statesmen that are coming back to Auburn that had probably, and I want to jump in real quick on something you said that I want you to think about. I mean, Auburn, we lost a couple, but we retained everybody that we wanted to retain.
No doubt about it. No, you look, Aiden Holloway, whatever. But the focus was on Janai Broome and Chaney Johnson and Denver Jones and those guys
Dylan Cardwell.
Back. And Dylan Cardwell giving you another piece inside. Look, Chaney Johnson won the dunk contest last night. I mean, Ja'Kai Howard was, the high flyer, but Chaney Johnson was a huge pickup. And, it took Denver Jones about 3/4 of the way through the season, but, man, he found himself. And, man, he started shooting like everybody thought he could, and he brings that back. You add Tahad Pettiford in with Ja'Kai Howard, and you add, Miles Kelly in. You add Pegues in. These are huge pieces that Auburn was able to go out and pick up and to go along with the guys that are coming back. This is a very talented roster, but like Coach Pearl said, this is a talented and a very deep conference. And, I was on Gary's show this morning, Randy, and, some things that are you kind of have to, like you say, pinch yourself to look up and think about where this conference is. And when you look down and Alabama's 1 and Auburn is 2 and Kentucky is 8th, it makes you go, wow, the whole the whole thing's flipped upside down in basketball, and that's where the state of basketball is now. And you know, Coach Pearl was asking media days. He said, "Well, what do you think about the state of basketball now in the state of Alabama?" He said, "Well, I think Alabama's coaches and our coaches have embraced this. They were on a mission to show everybody you can be great in this state in the sport of basketball, and they've done it."
It's not going to end. Long as those two guys are there, it's not ending. You know, I had great hopes. I bet anything. I'd have to go back and listen, but I bet you would hear if we tuned in about this time last year, Brett Pritchard going, Alabama's going to take a step back. Alabama doesn't have Miller out there on the wing that everybody wants. They're going to take a step back. And they go Final Four.
That's it.
They return the best point guard in the country, and I don't think if anybody questions that they got the best point guard.
No, he's by far the best.
I think he's by far. I wouldn't trade if I were Alabama him for anyone else. But this is the best roster I've ever seen for Auburn. I really, truly mean that.
There's no question this is the best roster.
I think
absolutely.
So. I do expect out.
But listen to these rankings, Randy. Okay. Alabama 1, Auburn 2, Tennessee 3. Those have been the best 3 teams in the league the last 3 years. Arkansas now at 4 with John Calipari. He's going to do well at Arkansas. You can bank on it. A&M 5, Florida 6, Texas at 7, Kentucky 8, Ole Miss 9, Mississippi State 10. And then from there, it doesn't really matter. But, I mean, look at that top 4. Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, and Arkansas. And I think Auburn has maybe the highest KenPom rating of all those.
Yeah, they're 3, Alabama's 4.
That's right. So
who would have thought?
Unbelievable, man. It's a good day, man, because, you know, used to when football season dwindled, it'd be like, what are we going to do till spring football gets here? And you don't do that anymore. You're excited about the tip-off, and Bruce Pearl and Nate Oates, they've changed the narrative here in the state. All right, we're up against the break. Stay tuned. Wade Bennett will be with us in the next segment.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
This is Dr. Nilo, and for a limited time and in preparation for the holidays, we are taking on a few appointments. Call us today and reserve your spot at 256-373-8333 for your very special VIP $79 Winter Smile Extravaganza. Also, you can check us out online at smilecreator.com.
Get your appointment now with Dr. Nilo and Smile Creator of Alabama and Dadeville for this incredible offer.
The good guys at Alex City Marine are ready for your boating needs all summer. And now you can get up to $4,500 in rebates on our huge selection of new Landau Tritoons and sacrifice pricing on remaining 23 models. Alex City Marine also has a new fleet of rental boats for fabulous days on the water, whether it's service, new pontoon selections, or rental boats. See the pros the locals know. Alex City Marine on Cherokee Road in Alexander City or online at alexcitymarine.com.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dadeville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Get ready to rev up your fall with Adams Motorsports in Montgomery. This season, experience the thrill of the open road like never before. From sleek motorcycles to powerful ATVs to versatile side-by-sides, we've got everything you need to fuel your passion for adventure. Whether Polaris, Suzuki, or Kawasaki, Adams sells and services the best. Go to where the journey begins. Visit us today or online for more information. From East Alabama's first family of power sports, Adams Motorsports of Montgomery.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
GMC SUVs, GMC SUVs. On sale now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika. The GMC Terrain, the compact SUV with seating for 5. And now discounted up to $6,500 off. The full-size GMC Yukons, discounted up to $9,000 off. Choose from almost 200 new GMCs. Get your best price every day on the lot or online at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. And let's go straight to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro hotline and welcome in our good friend Wade Bennett, brought to you by Sense of Green each and every Friday. Good to hear from you, Wade.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. It was good seeing you, Brett. And shout out to the Lake Martin Auburn Club at their annual fundraiser for scholarships at Wicker Point this past Monday. I was very happy to represent Sense of Green Heating and Air there, and for a good cause, and what a great time, and what a great bunch of people. I love you guys, and hope to see you soon.
Man, we appreciate it. Yeah, it was a beautiful day weather-wise. The course is unbelievable. Coach Pearl was there. A lot of big-time Auburn supporters were there at the tournament. Just ended up being a great day. And, hey, let's dive into this football game on Saturday. You know, Auburn really the start of the last half of the season here. And Andy and I have talked about it a couple times this week. A lot still in front of this team. This team has had multiple self-inflicted wounds that resulted in losses. We can go back and harp on that, but let's move forward. If Auburn can play clean football, Wade, the rest of the way out, every team on this schedule is beatable. I mean, there's not a single team that you look at, even Alabama, the way they're playing, where you go, man, you know, they're just everybody can be beat. And so it just depends on what Auburn team tries to show up.
Well, breaking news to our friends across the state, but that intimidation factor that everyone had at Alabama with Nick Saban there, it's gone bye-bye. And the nature of college football itself, no one's scared of any team anymore. When Vanderbilt has a better game plan and a better coached scheme than the coach at Alabama, and they execute it better with enough players to get it done, things can turn on a dime in college football, and they have. The whole world's upside down. And you said it, not only can they turn on from year to year, it can turn from game to game, from half to half. And Auburn has an opportunity now to turn its season on a dime, okay? And if they don't go out there, but I don't care about what kind of change there is in college football, and there's a ton of it, teams still need to have an identity. And over time, successful Auburn football teams in successful years did two things, Randy. They shoved that ball down people's throat running it, and they played a physical brand of nasty defense. And that's what Auburn's got to do tomorrow.
Let's look at Missouri's results. 5-1. They've played Murray State, Buffalo, and UMass, and that's where most of their offensive numbers come from. We saw Boston College last night. We saw what they were. They won that game 27-21. They escaped Vanderbilt 30-27 in double overtime at home. They got their doors blown off by A&M. I think that was a shocker to everybody. I think Texas A&M's kind of been a shocker to everybody. They weren't picked to be where they are right now, so kudos to them. And you look at their schedule, the rest of the way out, they could be sitting really, really nice when they go into and play Texas the last game of the year. But here's the deal. When you look at the numbers, this is not some daunting team. They're well coached. But I think Texas A&M really outcoached them in that game, Wade. So why wouldn't you look down at these results and not have any type of belief? If you don't believe you can go on the road and win this game, just go ahead and pack it on in and call it a season. I don't know why any of our guys, our team, would have the mentality they're going up there to get beat. The line has dropped to 3. It started at 4.5. It's dropped to 3. I still think there's a lot of people in the country that aren't bought into Missouri.
Well, with good reason. I mean, they're not the same team they were at the last half of last season that beat up on Ohio State, a proud program in a bowl game, in a major bowl win. This team has changed. And, Eli Drinkwitz is a good coach. I mean, he's not any kind of world beater. I've had Auburn fans, once Missouri got kind of good, say, why didn't we hire him, Uncle T-Bone? And I'm like, do y'all remember what he was before last year? So, I mean, if we're scared of Missouri, we're in big trouble as a program. The last time Auburn went up to Missouri, 2017, Tigers 51, Missouri 14. Now, that was a good football team at Auburn, but they ran the ball 53 times in that game out of 74 plays. And 8 different people carried the rock that day with a 5-yard average for 263 yards. I have a feeling that over the off week, during the bye week, Auburn has decided to go beefy, run-only option more with some formations you hadn't seen, with some more beef in the backfield to pound blockers, and 27 heavy, and then draw it back and start throwing to your playmakers in space on play action. Instead of doing this, everyone has to read what the cornerback's doing, and then you'll run your route crap that they've been trying to do this season. And if I don't see that, then you better brace yourself, Auburn fans, because it's going to be a long rest of this season.
Well, I think the next 2 games will determine what happens with this coaching staff and what decision they make at the quarterback position. If Auburn wins the next 2 games, yeah, you're riding with Peyton Thorne the rest of the way out, because yeah, he does give you the best chance to win. But if you lose the next 2, I mean, what are you playing for at that point other than pride and trying to win a few games? Why wouldn't you turn the keys over to Hank Brown or Walker White and just say, hey, look, get ready for next year, get these games under your belt? I just think it changes the whole mentality of how they approach it. But we'll see, and it'll be interesting. But it starts tomorrow. I mean, let's be honest. If Auburn wants to start going in the right direction and turn things around, it's got to start tomorrow. If they go up and lay another egg, going to be tough to even try to convince anybody there's hope the rest of this season.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Brett. I mean, this is do or die for the season. We've said it like 3 or 4 times, but it really is now. And it's complete crunch time. You would think that Auburn, coming off a bye week, would be have its act together, be very well rested, and have had plenty of time to scheme defensively how to take Luther Burden out of the game. And at that point, what does Missouri do? Who do they go to? I mean, he is it. He, healthy, he's a first-round draft pick. He's a borderline Heisman-type player. I mean, the guy can flat-out ball. So eliminate him the best of your ability, stack it up and run the ball, and get physical up there in Missouri. Because if they don't, and they go out there and they stumble and they fumble and they mumble their way around and argue and bicker and point fingers, then I don't even know what we're doing in this program.
Good stuff, Wade. Appreciate you always being on Fridays. I'll let you send yourself out.
Yeah, man. Check us out at www.sensagreen.com for air that is cool and clean. Lake Martin. Call us at Sensor Green. Talk to you next Friday, guys.
Thanks, Wade. Appreciate you so much. Wade Bennett there. We appreciate Sensor Green bringing you Wade Bennett each and every Friday. Up against the break. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin, comfort for life.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell. There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
The results are in, and Game Day Men's Health in Auburn has delivered. The certified medical team at Game Day Men's Health wants to help you feel better. Text 334-209-3706 to set up your free testosterone check and consult. Results back in as little as 15 minutes. Tired of feeling tired? Text 334-209-3706 to Game Day Men's Health in Auburn. They make you feel better.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dayville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Auburn Blitz. About halfway through our program today, we'll go right back to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro Hotline. Welcome in our good friend, Paula Kearse. And, Paula, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, we appreciate the invite from you guys coming down to Pentlala, Alabama next Friday to be on location for Hooks for Hope. So this is an exciting opportunity for Auburn and Alabama's fishing team to get together on one of the premier private fishing lakes in the country to have a friendly exhibition tournament, but to raise money for a great cause.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on. I'll start the show by saying War Eagle. I am tremendously excited about next Friday's event. I'm looking forward to welcoming the Auburn University bass fishing team as well as the Bama fishing team. the Legacy Lakes. It's 400 acres of beauty in Pitlala, Alabama. We also have 2 private lakes on that property that will be bringing these friends to the Hooks for Hope tournament. The President's Lake is 55 acres, and Tabernacle Lake is 22 acres. It's going to be a day of fun, fellowship, and food, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to last from 9 to 2. Again, Auburn Blitz will be on location, and we will be doing our show live from there from 12 to 1 like we do every Friday. But just a fun opportunity to come down. And, again, Hooks for Hope is a fishing event to raise awareness and support for Children's Hope's life-changing ministry to vulnerable children, families, and communities in need in Haiti. So, again, there's a lot of needs in a lot of places in this world, and obviously that is one of the biggest needs for those kids down in that torn country, and all this money is going to be raised to go for this ministry.
Absolutely. We have a goal this year for the tournament to raise $100,000. We are at $88,000 as of today, and I'm counting on your Auburn viewers and listeners to log in to the Children's Hope website, which is www.childrenshope.com. And if you can't join us in Pitlala next Friday to fish, please make a contribution toward the Iron Bowl of fishing. I would love for our Auburn team to be able to have those bragging rights for another year.
No doubt about it. I'm looking forward to it, Paula. There's sponsorship levels. You can be a platinum, gold, silver, bronze, Hope or sponsor there, and that money, like you said, is going to go toward this ministry. And again, we're looking forward to it. We're glad to be on location. You know, I love to fish. I coached a fishing team for 5 years here locally, and so it's a passion of mine. And glad that Auburn and Alabama's fishing teams could come together on one of the best bodies, private lakes. I mean, this is an exclusive event. Ray Scott, the founder of Bass, this is his private estate, and he has had a lot of former presidents come and fish, a lot of celebrities. So this is going to be a treat for both of those teams.
Absolutely. Property is now owned by the amazing Andy and Tanya Birchfield out of Montgomery. They welcome this opportunity to have the amazing collegiate golfers join us and other friends who are avid anglers. As of this morning, we have 35 collegiate anglers joining us. They'll be bringing their boats. We're going to have photo opportunities. It's going to be a wonderful day.
Well, Paula, we really appreciate you being part of the program today and all of the things that you do. And, hey, look, real quick, while we got you, you're a big part of Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine, which we love, and the food is outstanding. They're going to have a big event tonight in Montgomery.
Absolutely. It's going to be wonderful. It's the Taste of Pepper Tree. Everybody come out to Montgomery. They were cooking a big pot of gumbo last night, and I know it's going to be amazing.
I can smell it already from here. So, hey, looking forward to next Friday, Paula. Thank you so much for all you do, and we'll see you next week, okay?
Thank you, guys. War Eagle.
Thank you.
Bye.
War Eagle to you, too. And Paula Kearson, man, she's just gold, man.
Yeah, she and her husband both. They're wonderful
Yep.
people. Glad to know them, and they're always they know what's going on in the Auburn family. You know, that there's some people out there that have their fingers in a little bit of everything with where their passion is.
Right.
And Auburn athletics and Auburn University is their passion, and so having them as friends keeps us engaged in what's going on. And Paula, you are not getting anyone that could possibly be happier to come to Pitlala, Alabama than this guy beside me. He acts like he likes football. He thinks he loves basketball. He only likes those things. He is 110% obsessed with fishing.
It's going to be fun.
I will be throwing some lures unless I beat him to the grave. I'll be throwing some in the casket with him. The guy is an avid fisherman, and Jim Hardy, also part of our team, will be coming over. He may enjoy fishing more than you.
I think so. And Jim has always had he already does a lot of stuff with Outdoor Friends Forever. He created that organization.
Mm-hmm.
He has a beautiful piece of property where he brings in kids and adults that, you know, have an opportunity to engage in fishing and hunting that maybe wouldn't have an opportunity to do that. So he's got a heart for that. And so he's going to be perfect for this. Looking forward to Jim joining us down in Pentlala next week. And next Friday we'll be on location. And we enjoy being on location. And we look, can't thank Paula again enough for all that she does with us here on Auburn Blitz. We got some comments coming in before we go to break. We got Jason Caldwell coming up in the next segment. Randy, so Glenn said Auburn at Duke with exclamation marks, talking about that schedule. Hey, look, Auburn has a chance to play North Carolina in Maui and then come home and play Duke the next week. Auburn and North Carolina and then Auburn and Duke, maybe in back-to-back games, could be a possibility if they draw North Carolina.
With a team that's more talented than either.
That's crazy.
You know, I know it's wild to say, but if you think back to 15, 20 years ago and you go, well, what if Auburn got a chance to play Duke? And I'm like, well, I hope not, because they beat us by 38. And, I mean, who's going to get excited about getting killed? It's like putting Alabama during this Nick Saban stretch, if you're out of conference, to go to Tuscaloosa. It's like, please don't.
Yeah, we don't need to go.
Don't get them on the schedule. And gosh, it's just a breath of fresh air to know that you're an Auburn fan right now during this stretch of basketball.
And Bubba reminds us he's watching again from Orange Beach like he was yesterday. Thank you, Bubba, for reminding us that you're hanging out in beautiful Orange Beach, and we're grinding on the way here this Friday. Some other comments, we'll get to those a little bit later on in the program. Keep them coming in. Stay tuned. Jason Caldwell from Auburn Undercover up next.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is coming soon to the corner of 280 and 49 North in Dadeville. This new 10,000 square foot facility is conveniently located to serve the residents of the Lake Martin area and its many communities. A branch of Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory in Opelika, Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation looks forward to serving your families and your communities, as we have since 1900 at Frederick Dean. 256-750-0381.
Dr. Lisa Daniel is now at Daniel Eye Care. Dr. Lisa Daniel has been serving the Auburn Opelika community for over 20 years. Dr. Daniel specializes in glasses and contact lens, children's eye exams, treatment of eye diseases, and LASIK consultation. At Daniel Eye Care, we strive to treat our patients as we want to be treated, with compassion, integrity, and personalized attention. Come see Dr. Lisa Daniel at 1955 Opelika Road or call us at 821-8889. Daniel Eye Care. Find your focus.
Fried chicken and wontons and teriyaki glaze and an egg roll. Some people think the Zaxby's Sensation Salad is too delicious to be a salad.
Yep, that's why we call it a salad. The Zaxby's Sensation Salad. Zaxby's.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Go back to the Eric McKinley Mortgage Pro Hotline. Been a busy show. Welcome in our good friend Jason Caldwell, who has arrived up in Missouri. And, Jason, appreciate you taking a little time out to join us.
Absolutely, yeah. We just landed Kansas City, went to a place called Q39 Barbecue and had my meal for maybe the entire weekend. And so now I'm ready to go find a place to take a nap after getting up early this morning. So.
Just no rest for the weary, right? And just always a grind. But, hey, look, before we dive into the football game tomorrow, you were at tip-off at Toomer's last night. Just a cool event. It's become a tradition, and Auburn fans got an early look at some of the newcomers. And Ja'Kai Howard did not disappoint with his dunking ability.
No, athletic group Chaney Johnson was you could see a more powerful, more physical guy too. Watching him last night, and so athleticism for this group is through the roof when you think about a guy like Dylan Cardwell and some of those guys too. So yeah, I was surprised. Ja'Kai Howard, I've seen him kind of mess around in practice, and obviously that's what he was known for, is kind of winning dunking contests and doing all that stuff. So yeah, they put it on display last night, and a huge crowd, really good weather. So all in all, a really good night.
Let's shift focus. You're in Missouri for this game at 11 o'clock tomorrow. The bye week probably came at a very good time for this Auburn football team. I've kind of attributed it as death by 1,000 paper cuts the first half of the season. When you look at Cal, Arkansas, and Oklahoma, those losses really hurt. It was really self-inflicted wounds by Auburn that cost them those football games. Now, Georgia, better football team. Thought we competed hard, but Georgia was a better team. And on the road, I don't think anybody gave Auburn much of a chance, although they played well. But it's those other three games that have kept Coach Freeze, Auburn fans up at night wondering what could have been. So you got to erase that. Look at these next 6 games, Jason, and I saw in your mailbag this morning where somebody asked you how Auburn would finish. You said, I don't know that Auburn would go 6-0, but they've got a legit chance to win at least 4 of these games probably, if they can get it started and turned around tomorrow.
Yeah, I think all 6 teams are beatable. Can you win all 6 of them? I don't know, and I don't know which ones it would be. But I think all 6 teams are beatable for this Auburn team. If we've learned anything in college football this season, is that you don't know. You have no idea what could happen on a Saturday. And this is Auburn team that, like I said, shown if they can go out and eliminate some mistakes. And honestly, it really feels like a lot like, and I did a Missouri show this week, but it feels a lot like Missouri 2 years ago. That Missouri team just gave one away at Auburn and lost a close game at home to Georgia and lost a couple of more close games. And you went, man, that team snake bit. And then last year you look up and, they went 10, 11 games. It kind of feels almost like Missouri in 2022 where, they're so close, you can see it. You just got to find a way to make a winning play. And I think that's the key tomorrow. You look at Auburn. Can you make a couple of winning plays? Can you get a third down stop and get off the field? And can you connect on a 3rd and 4 pass to extend the drive and then go down and score a touchdown? those are the plays that you have to make. And you know, I think this Auburn team, make a few of those plays, I don't think there's anybody left on the schedule that they can't beat.
I'm with you, Jason. I said that in the first segment of the show. Auburn's got to play better. Auburn has been its own worst enemy through this part. But can Auburn actually go on a run here and have momentum going into the offseason? I think that is the key. If Auburn were to fight back and win, get their total win to 7 after only winning 2 games here in the first half, or at least 6 wins, get to a bowl game, maybe fight and show that this team and this program's making a lot of progress. I think it really begins tomorrow and then at Kentucky. If you lose those 2 games, I think the whole mindset and thinking about what you're going to do the rest of the year changes.
Yeah, it makes it more difficult, that's for sure. Puts a lot more pressure on you than there already is, too. And so, yeah, I mean, these next 2 were always going to be big games. Obviously, they've been made bigger by the start you've had, but you're right. There's nothing you can do about the first half now other than go, hey, don't try to make those things happen. And honestly, the more you think about it, the more difficult it becomes. You really have to have that mindset of, hey, we got to flush you to go on. And fans can think about it, players, coaches. You just can't. You just have to keep going, try to play the next game, and try to go out and like I said, make a few plays happen. If you do that, then, like I said, you'll give yourself an opportunity to win. And, you know, I said, hey, I think they can win all 6. The flip side is that you can probably lose 5, maybe all 6 of them too, if you don't play well. That's the nature of college football now, and it's the nature of Auburn. And some, you know, when you're still having to build up a roster, and there's not a whole lot of room for error, and there's not a lot of room for error for many teams in this league or around the country.
Jason, recruiting never stops, especially right now. Auburn's wanting to retain this pretty good class we've got put together and maybe add a few more. Can you give us an update? Who are the players that Auburn is still after and you feel fairly good Auburn has a good chance to close with?
Yeah, I think Naeem Alford's still a guy that I still feel like Auburn is in pretty good shape with. You know, a kid that's committed to Ohio State, number 1 player in the state of Alabama. I still feel like Auburn is in good shape with Naeem Alford. And so you look at him, you know, there's a defensive lineman that's teammates with, you know, the kids at St. Francis up there in Maryland. And I think Auburn continues to kind of make a little bit of a push towards the Joseph Mbachu that's committed to Florida, defensive lineman from over at Grayson. Auburn has offered him. He's going to take an official visit. He's a guy that continues to kind of rise up the rankings. Doesn't have a whole lot of football background, but kind of like a Prince Tega Wannago Jr. You look at him and go, that guy's probably going to wind up in the NFL as he continues to mature and learn football. And so I think those are a few guys you look at right now and go, those are still guys that absolutely are on the radar.
Well, Jason, really appreciate you joining us each and every Friday. Looking forward to the game tomorrow. A lot on the line still for this team. Auburn's got to get some things turned around, and it starts tomorrow. But have fun up there, and we'll catch up with you next week. Okay, buddy?
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you so much. Jason Caldwell with Auburn Undercover, and I always appreciate him being part of the program. All right, one final segment coming up right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Senza Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Turn to the experts at Senza Green and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carrier cool cash rebates. Visit sensagreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Senza Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Sentricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Go ahead and mark your calendars, sports fans. The Alabama State Games are returning to the Magic City of Birmingham, Jefferson County, and surrounding communities June 13th through the 15th, 2025. We're talking about 20-plus sports open to athletes of all ages and abilities. The 42nd Alabama State Games will be something to behold. Mark your calendars now and be ready to go when registration opens. Visit allagames.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more exciting announcements. Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment here on the program. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us here on the show this afternoon. Again, Auburn, Missouri tomorrow at 11 o'clock, but it is a big college football weekend. This is going to be another good weekend, just like it was last Saturday, and we'll just kind of go hit some of the games around the country. And Michigan and Illinois, that's a battle of top 25 teams. Old Bert up there at Illinois has Illinois playing well. 5-1, 2-1 in the conference. And look, Michigan's not the same team they were last year by any stretch. But big game. Michigan is favored at Illinois by 3. So we'll see how that game plays out. Look, I think this one's interesting because I think both teams aren't very good. But South Carolina's a team that also you look back and go, man, they should have beaten LSU. They had a chance to beat Alabama on the road. Their whole season could be a lot different right now. They could be sitting there at 5-1 and a 3-1 mark in SEC play, but things are a little bit different. They're 3-3 and 1-3. So Oklahoma, not much better. Got their doors blown off by Texas. Should have lost to Auburn. Look, you can say what you want to. They were down 21-10 with a freshman quarterback. Auburn had to blow both feet off with a double-barrel shotgun to lose that game, and they did.
And they limped in.
And they limped in, too.
With 0 receivers.
Right. So,
and we still lost.
Yeah, let's not bring that up.
Yeah,
all right.
I was just going to
look, Oklahoma's a 3-point favorite at home, which means it's a push. I think nobody knows. I mean, South Carolina went on the road, and they had Alabama on the ropes. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Fought back, took the lead in the second half, had an onside kick, had the ball with a chance to win the game, couldn't pull it off. All right, Kentucky goes to Florida. Florida somehow – a half-point – I ain't never even seen this. They're a half-point favorite. Now, it's really moved to Kentucky, but originally the line opened at a half for Florida. The line has shifted to 1.5 in favor of Kentucky. Kentucky's played an ugly brand of football to this point. I mean, it's and Florida, same as them. Really don't know what's going to happen in the Swamp tomorrow night, but it'll be an interesting game because I think both of them are about even. All right, LSU goes to Arkansas. This one could be fun. Number 8 Arkansas will go to number 8 LSU will go to Arkansas. Outside of that little hiccup against USC, LSU sitting in good shape and got a big win at home against Ole Miss last Saturday. On the flip side, Arkansas surprising people a little bit. He's got this team playing well, 4-2, and it's at Arkansas. LSU is a 2.5-point favorite in this game.
I tell you, I'm leaning Arkansas here. I don't know. Travis Williams got that defense really playing well.
Great right now.
LSU looks like they've got great firepower and maybe have the talent to compete for an SEC championship, but there's something missing there. There's something every year missing multiple games there, and I don't know what it is.
Well, their defense is playing good now, and
I don't know if you saw this, and I'm veering off a little bit, but did you see the video by the LSU player in the locker room?
It's Kyron Lacey, Randy. I mean, this is the guy that against USC that looked like he was shooting players in the end zone. I mean, this guy's rogue. He don't care. It's really grotesque at what some of these kids do.
Here's the that they think they can get away with.
And they are getting away with it. Ain't they think they're getting away with? Is he suspended for this game? No, he's not. What kind of punishment did he receive?
It's beyond me.
Well, is that really what you want your child to emulate? Like, when we grew up, man,
I hope and pray. I've got an 11-year-old now. Let's just say he was 14. Let's not say he's 11. Let's say he's a freshman in high school. Do you think I want my freshman nephew thinking that that's the way that kids at LSU now, at the programs, the premier SEC programs in the country, you're willing, and your coaching staff's willing to allow you to be in the locker room acting like that? It's straight trash. It is what it is.
It's
and
garbage, man.
There's no repercussions anymore. You just act like, can you imagine back in the 80s?
Oh,
any player being in the locker room doing that?
Do you ever remember Brent Fullwood or Lawyer Tillman or Carlo Cheatham?
Bring up Alabama, too.
I'm getting there. Do you think Derek Thomas would have done that?
No.
I mean, do you think any of those guys,
classless.
Bobby Humphrey would have handled? I mean, because they knew they would get destroyed.
Yes.
They were scared, not scared, but they respected authority. They respected their coaches. Man, that is a blatant disrespect for the uniform you wear, for the people you represent,
the state you represent.
I mean, is
everybody.
that what you want?
The communities that you come from. You and I've talked to a lot of kids that have had the good fortune of going on from communities here, and I watched one of them this week. Malcolm got up there in his Wildcat colors and handled himself so well. I'm so proud of him. But, man, it doesn't take but 3 minutes for you to really show the classless side of you that you see with LSU. I'm real proud of the way that he's handling himself when the camera's on you, because the way people think about you, and it can be from these phones we hold here, carries
well,
a
you
lot
also need to understand, too, when you go live, like, people can screen record that. And everything.
Well, they got to know that.
Well, but again, how you talk, what you listen to, the things that you don't say, but maybe the things you listen to. All right, so we've been on our lecture. Yeah, you're right, disgusting, but that's what is being allowed. So you know what? When it falls apart, then you kind of look back at some of that kind of stuff. All right, Alabama goes to Tennessee. Man, this is going to be a heck of a game. Alabama goes into this game a 3-point favorite on the road. Tennessee has not played well offensively, but you know they're going to show up for this game.
Well, it's such an odd dynamic, back and forth. I don't know whether the Alabama defense is as bad as it has looked, or if the Tennessee offense is not going to find their way. It's a fun dynamic that way, because Alabama's offense still been good.
Yeah, they have.
But Alabama's defense, when's the last Alabama defense that we can remember this bad?
Well, there were some,
It's been a long time.
Well,
2003?
Pete Golden put out some defenses that made you want to throw up. Alabama fans, I mean, they won majority of those, but they were giving up a lot of points there toward the end.
Not to lesser thans, though.
No, maybe not.
They were to Clemson. Maybe
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson, or in championship environments they were. But, Brett, they weren't to Vandy or teams like that.
Well, we got to get to these last two. Georgia at Texas, that's the game of the week, man.
week.
Unbelievable game. Just going to kick back and watch and see how it plays out. All right, Auburn at Missouri tomorrow at 11. I'm going to go 28-24 Auburn. Feel like they can go up there and get a win. Feel like they're going to play better, man. I just do. So
I'm going to let you be positive. I'm not. I'm very hopeful in the seasons to come, and I'm also very hopeful that we're going to see some of our younger guys more moving forward, but I don't have a lot of confidence in them all.
I'm just not scared of Missouri. I may be proven wrong.
I have zero. The idea that I'm sitting up here thinking that we're going to lose on the road to Missouri makes me sick to my stomach.
I know it. I just know that 3 of those games Auburn gave away, and I think fortune has to turn at some point. It may not tomorrow, but I'm going to hope it does. So I'm going to stick with 28-24 Auburn. I hope I'm right. All right, that's going to wrap it up for the Friday edition. We'll be back with you next week for another full week of the Auburn Blitz. For Andy, I'm Brett saying we've enjoyed it. We'll see you next week.
J.A. Smith